Hi, this is David Edgley with BC Log Stone Rail, and today we're going to have a go at building a garden trellis. So we're going to use this log as one of our corner logs on the trellis, and over in the shop I have the rest of the parts for it. We've got a couple of cross braces here, and then beside that there's the other three posts, and there's two long pieces for the bottom rail, and there's another two for the top rail. And then there's some material for angle bracing in the corners. So the way we're going to approach this is to use a mortise and tenon approach. So as you can see, the mortise it goes into, and the tenon is on the end of the log. So these are the main tools that you're going to need. You're going to need an auger bit. This one's a 2-inch piece. You can get them up to 4 or 5, I think even 6 inches, and down as small as you'd like. It's actually, this one's a Milwaukee self-feeding bit. Then there's the tenon cutter, and this, as you can see, has a sharp blade in here, and you put it in your drill. This is a 1/2-inch Makita drill. Put that in, and as it turns around, it'll cut the tenon on the end of the log. And then the mortise, obviously the drill will cut the mortise. Oh, sorry, the auger will cut the mortise, and then you can put the tenon in like that, and hopefully that'll all work as it comes together. I'm going to do this on my machine, which is sort of slightly more designed for building this kind of stuff. The first thing is to trim the ends of your log so they're the right length. So this is a jig I made. It makes tenons and also mortises, and I can spin stuff just like on a lathe. At this end I've got my cutting blade, and I've got a carriage that moves back and forward at this end, and a drill press to drill the mortises into it. So as you can see, my machine turns out a nice tenon, and if a person wants to really clean it up, you can. So the next job is I take the log out and I turn it around, and on this one, this is going to be one of the cross braces, cross members. So I just turn it around, put it back in, back the saw up a little bit more, and she's ready to go. So I just checked the tenon and make sure it's the right size, which it is, and that's the first one completed. So this is one of the posts. I've only turned one end, and I'm putting a 2-inch tenon on. I can't remember whether I mentioned that before, but on this project I think 2 inches is a good length, and it's about 3 inches long. And I haven't given measurements for the whole trellis because you can vary it to whatever size you'd like. I'm going to use a 36 grit on the grinder and just take the knots down so they're smooth. So I'm just going to repeat the process on all the logs, just sand all the knots off and anything else that needs cleaning up. So we've sanded all the pieces, and all the ends are turned now. So our next job is to drill the holes, the mortises, for the tenons.